dream. I need to go quickly do some. Motherfucker. Fucking window, man. Fucking close, you fucking cunt. Motherfucker. Look at that. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me, man. Put me hard, too. Oh, motherfucker. Right. I need a cigarette. I need a goddamn fucking cigarette. Welcome, my people, to another live stream on my channel. Today we're doing it on a Sunday because I'm home alone on Sunday, motherfucker. Yeah, man. But I'm looking for a nice filter tip, you know, to start off the day. Oi! Oi, man, how you doing, man? You alright? You alright? Oh, I can't fucking breathe today, man. Shit. Very well. Yeah, man, I'm fucking struggling with my breathing. This all. My breathing is bad today. I'm pretty sure I've got fucking really bad asthma by now. Because this fucking some tobacco should help though. Yeah, man, tobacco always helps my lungs. Tobacco helps a lot. Tobacco, people say don't smoke tobacco, you know. Tobacco's not good for you. You know, tobacco's not a plant you should be smoking. But it's just socially acceptable. You should be my comment on your racist video. Buffett. I haven't seen any new comments, man. Sorry. I haven't seen any new comments. I'll be sure to check it out and I'll be sure to let you know. I'll be sure to comment. Oh my god, oh, just keeps getting worse and worse, you know. So the title of this video is called "This World." It's crazy. What the fuck? Look at my paper. What the fuck happened? Why is my paper like that? There's been an error in the fucking system. Cut corners. Ain't got no cut corners. There's something wrong with that paper. There's something wrong with it. That's correct. That's right. What have we got? Buffett. No, motherfucker. No. My tobacco. My goddamn tobacco. I left the goddamn packet open the whole goddamn night. Motherfucker. My tobacco will be all fucking dried up. It dried up as fuck by now. I like wet tobacco. I don't like fucking all that dry shit, you know, because it's like a cigarette then, you know. I don't like my cigarettes. Yeah, people say don't smoke tobacco. Because it'll kill you, it'll give you cancer, it'll fuck you up long term, you know. I don't believe it. Well, I'll get myself a cigarette. Yo, how you been, man? Not good. Not good physically, not good mentally. How about you? How are you doing? Oh, God. I've seen better days. Yeah, man, I've seen better days too. I feel shit. I feel really shit. Like, I have asthma for all you know. For any of you who don't know, I got asthma. And asthma is a lung condition that I was born with. And this asthma ranges from mild, well, from a little bit of asthma to being mild to being severe. I'm in between mild and severe. Well, yeah, I'd say so. Because shit, it's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe sometimes. My fucking breathing tubes are fucking tight, you know? They ain't open. They ain't fucking open, you know what I mean? That scares the shit out of me when I think about it, though. Jesus Christ. Oh, god, that's a mindfuck there. That is a mindfuck. That is a mindfuck to think about that. That is a mindfuck. That is a real mindfuck. Like, that's, when I would smoke weed, that's exactly the type of fucking thoughts that I would have. Every single time I got fucking high. Do you take a puffer? Yeah, I take a puffer, man. I take a blue one. Take the blue one. This is a Ventolin inhaler. I've always been on the blue ones, you know. And shit, this is the only medication that I take, you know, for my asthma. And a lot of the time I actually forget shit. I'm actually under medication, you know. Like when people ask me, do you take any medication? I'm like, no, I don't take any medication. Then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I do, because I've got asthma. I take medication, you know. But I've overdosed on inhalers before, and it ain't fun. I've overdosed on these things, and let me tell you, it was fucking horrific. When I was suicidal, you know, back in when I was about a 14-year-old, earlier than that sometimes, I used to fucking overdose on my inhalers when I was in a pissed off mood. I would fucking puff so many fucking puffs of these. I would go like fucking, I don't know, until the whole inhaler ran out sometimes. Yeah, I know someone who takes that once a day. Yeah, man, I hate taking, well, I don't hate it, but I just hate taking medication. I just hate not being able to breathe, you know? And the reason why I smoke, and the reason why I don't give a fuck when I smoke, is because if my lungs are already fucked, and they ain't gonna be able to be cured from a condition, from a permanent condition, then I may as well smoke, because it ain't gonna do shit, you know? If I live healthy, I'll die in my 60s. Probably. I won't live until I'm 80 unless... Yeah, unless I fucking make deals, right? But if I'm just gonna live the way how I normally live right now, I'll probably live until I'm about 60. But for me, being a fucking crazy person, maybe I'll live until I'm in my 20s, you know? I don't know. You know, my asthma kills me, you know, my motivation kills me. I got bad fatigue, you know. Literally, I'm fucking tired right now. I'm so tired, and I've had 4 hours of sleep. If I have 7 hours sleep, I'm still tired. If I have 10 hours sleep, I'm still tired. Yeah, I haven't noticed much of a difference since I started smoking, to be honest. Like, when I was in school, when we had to run and shit and do fucking sports activities, which I hated, I would always be the fat one running, you know, at the back of the line. Because I was still fat then, you know. Like, when you're fat and you're like 12-year-old or whatnot, you're still fat, you know. But if you keep that weight and you grow older, you won't be fat, you know. But if you're older, like I'm 18, you know, and if my weight was the exact same as it was when I was 13 years old, 14 years old, and if all my friends back in school or whatnot, or all the people who were in school, were 18 by now, I would be the same weight as them, you know? Because they're older, taller, they've built, you know, their body shape up or whatnot, you know? One thing that kills my lungs is deodorant. For those of you who don't know, I don't wear perfume. Well, I like using perfume sometimes, you know? I don't like aftershave, I don't like deodorant. I don't use any of them fucking things, alright? Because they're toxic as fuck, in my opinion. There's been so many times where someone sprayed that too much and then they've been stuck in a room with all these deodorant fumes and these aerosol fumes, you know, of deodorants and shit. And they've died in the room, you know? They've intoxicated their lungs with it. That scares me. That's why I stay the fuck away from those things, you know? It's alright smoking a bit of tobacco as long as it's natural, you know? You're more likely to die from alcohol than cigarettes anyway. Alcohol shortens your life, but I like alcohol sometimes, you know? I like real alcohol. Real alcohol. Well, not real alcohol, but... You wanna know what Boba drinks? That's what Boba drinks. Boba drinks some real vintage cider. No added flavour, no Strongbow, no fucking nothing. That's what I drink. Weston's original vintage apple cider. That's what I drink. Real apple cider. And this is 8.2% alcohol, you know? And only a 500ml bottle. That's what I drink. Weston's alcohol. I don't drink anything else. I used to drink myself some Copperberg, but now I've changed. I like that stuff. That's my alcohol drink that I like. I like my ciders, you know. God damn, man, I'm tired. I drink super dry toys. You drink super dry toys? I mean, what's this? This is medium dry. This is medium dry. So I don't know what dry means in ciders and that, but I like myself some ciders. I mean, this is vintage, like vintage. So like this is the type of stuff you would be drinking in the late 1800s. You know, like if you go into a bar and you want to eat some cider, this is what you get. You know, and that's why I like it, because I like to taste real vintage stuff. You know, I like vintage things. If you don't know, I like vintage clothes. I like vintage glasses. You know, like sunglasses from like the 60s and stuff. No, the 80s. You know, the 80s and the 90s. And I like myself some old drinks. You know, old Coca-Cola, old alcohol. I like all that stuff. You know, like this to me. I want to get more of these, but they're kind of super hard to fucking get, especially where I am at the moment. Um, yeah, same. I just love. You know, I seen this on Iceland Shop. You ever heard of Iceland? It's a frozen food company in the UK, and it sells juice, sweets, chocolates, frozen food, fridge food, everything, right, that you want. If you want like a big packet of chicken nuggets, frozen chicken nuggets, you get a big packet of frozen chicken nuggets. You get everything, right? It's cool as fuck. And they sell alcohol, you know, they sell Strongbow, they don't have a large selection, but when I seen this, I was like, oh, Weston's, because I like Weston's, you know. I used to drink Weston's dark fruit cider, and I like that much more than Strongbow. Strongbow is disgusting. Strongbow ain't even Strongbow ain't even an old company. It came out in the 60s. You know, but whereas this came out in 1880. You know, this is real gunslinger alcohol, you know? Well, apart from all the whiskey, you know, this is the cider, you know, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's a good, decent sized bottle. You know, it's got a nice weight to it. It's got a nice look to it. Very vintage, you know. It's just, and the awesome thing with this is that there's no added flavors to at all. It's not dark fruit. It doesn't have blueberries in it. It doesn't have blackberries in it like dark fruit cider. Yeah, it's history. Exactly, man. That this is history that I'm holding. Literally, this is this is literally real motherfucking alcohol. You know. All this is literally made out of, right? All this is made out of is pure apples. That is it. Just apples. They don't put like apple juice in it to make it, you know, less stronger, you know, and weaken it down. This is just normal not dark fruit. This is just normal apples. Apples in it. That is it. Just straight apples. And if I was drinking this, say a year or 2 years before, I'd be like, ugh. My taste buds wouldn't be able to handle it. But now that I've researched in what cider is, because I've always drunk my ciders, now that I know what cider is, now I know how it's made, now I know that it's actually natural, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try some real apple, you know? And I wanted to try it because I wanted to try real alcohol, you know? I mean, Strongbow alcohol, right? For a tin of Strongbow, it's about the same size as this, same amount that you get in this, but obviously it's a can, and it's about that big, that much, about that big can, you know. That's a can, and compare that to that with the thinness of this bottle as well. That would fit in that, and the fact that it's 8.2%, that's pretty strong, you know. Whereas Strongbow alcohol is only like 4%. So that when I tried that, I was like, that's a lot more stronger than anything that I've ever tried apart from whiskey, you know? But it's like, wow. And as soon as I drink this, the only thing that I can taste is apples, like raw apples. That's all I can taste. And then I taste the real strongness of it, you know? So I like that how I taste the apple and I get a strong kick of alcohol. 1800, yeah man, exactly. This is 1880. I don't know if you can see. Established 1880. Right there. In fact, it's on the top of the thing there. There it is. In gold right in there. The funny thing is though, right, when I was younger, when I was say 16, right, I would say to my mother, Mom, can I get some alcohol, you know? And I was 16. And she'd be like, oh no, I'm not getting any alcohol, you know? But I've tried alcohol so many times, you know? But as soon as I turned 18 and I was like, I can buy my own alcohol now, I was like, hell yeah. And I started drinking, you know? My mother has tried the alcohol and she's like, I don't like it, it's too strong, it tastes like lager kind of thing, you know? You know when you drink lager, like when you're a kid, it's like, ugh. It's like, it's too strong, you can't taste it because of your taste buds. She was like, it tastes like that, you know? She can't have it, she likes vodka and coke and all that, you know? Vodka and cola, I mean. You know, so that's what she likes. I don't really like vodka and cola, to be honest. I remember the first time I drank. Really? First time I drank when I was about 12. I think I had some alcohol when I was about 12. It felt so good. Really? Damn. Because when I first started drinking, when I first started being like, oh, you know, I'm old enough to maybe like celebrate Christmas and birthdays and all that, you know, now. When I was about 12, I would be like, the only alcohol that I would drink would be WKD. You know WKD, the blue cocktail stuff that you get? That's the only thing that I could drink. And I was about 12, you know, 13, and I was drinking it up until I was about, you know, 14, maybe a little bit less. Because that was alcohol to me that I could actually taste, because it was very fruity. And anything that hides alcohol in a drink, I can drink, you know, as long as I don't taste as much alcohol in it. And it's mixed. I tried myself a lager once, and I couldn't drink it either because when I would drink a lager, I fucking hate saying that word, lager. When I would have myself some lager, that's pretty young. Well, yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, everyone in the UK drinks underage, you know, at some point. You know, I mean, I'm seeing girls going out to nightclubs and shit on their Instagram, posting selfies of wine in their hands, you know? And their parents must know about it, you know? I mean, it's not for me, I don't go clubbing and shit. And scotch, too. Scotch? I've never tried scotch. I like American whiskey. I like, what's it? Jim Beam whiskey. That's real shit, you know? That's old stuff as well. I don't drink that fucking commercialized shit, you know? That Jack Daniel shit. Fuck that shit, man. That's commercialized as fuck. That's like comparing a fucking an electric car compared to a fucking motorbike or a big fucking strong muscle car, you know? I get the muscle cars, I don't get that electric shit. You feel what I say? Like me, I don't vape, I smoke, you know? I don't do that fucking vaping shit with all those unnatural flavors, chemical flavors. I get real tobacco, real motherfucking tobacco. Not even cigarette stuff as well, you know, I get real homegrown, roll your own tobacco. Because when you roll your own, it's yours, you know, you've rolled it. Yeah, I feel you. Has anyone ever heard of this guy called Andrew Tate? This dude called Andrew fucking Tate. He keeps popping up on my TikTok. Like, you ever heard of Andrew Tate? Have you got TikTok where you go on your For You page and this guy fucking Andrew Tate just keeps on popping up. He's a bald guy with a very wears glasses. And he's kind of got like a what's it called, like a fucking yellowish skin color, British American guy. You ever heard of him? Andrew Tate. Vaping is more unhealthy than smoking cigarettes. Exactly, man. Anything new chemical is bad for you. But you ever heard of Andrew Tate? Please tell me you have. He's a clown. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much! Thank you! Finally! I can't fucking talk. People on my YouTube, you know, like you're one of the realest people on my YouTube, you know, and you understand as well, you know, like he is a fucking clown. Like literally, he's like, oh, when he says that depression doesn't fucking exist. What the fuck? Depression doesn't exist. Are you mad? Are you mad? They're allowing even more fucking mentally unstable psychopaths on TikTok. You know what I'm saying, man? Depression doesn't exist. Are you mad? Are you okay in the head? Do you need some mental asylum treatment or something? Because damn, if you're saying depression doesn't exist, you are fucked. You are fucked, dude. Oh, because I'm some fucking boxing champion fucking guy that I can box and I can fucking smack the shit out of anyone. Ah, you fucking lunatic. You're saying that depression doesn't exist. Oh my god. You feel what I'm saying? That's what he said. He was like, depression doesn't exist. I don't give a fuck, you know? And then he was like, oh, if I have my girlfriend, in the morning, I expect her to make my breakfast. Bruh, you're living in fucking 1950. No. You don't treat women like that, alright? You do not expect a woman to make fucking meals for you and cook for you, alright? The man does it as well, alright? If not both of you do it. Or if not, the man does do it because he wants to impress a woman. You don't fucking let a girl cook, you know? You don't let a girl cook and expect her to cook dinner for you, then argue about it, you know, after. That is fucked up because I was brought up in a household, right? Where my mother's ex-boyfriend was abusive as fuck, and that's how he used to think. And that's why I fucking hate him, you know, because he wasn't even my father, you know. If he was my father, I'd respect him, you know, even if he was a fucking asshole. But the thing is that this was my mother's ex-boyfriend, so it's like a fucking stranger, you know, and that's how he used to act, you know. But no, you don't fucking let a woman. You don't fucking expect a woman to fucking make dinner for you, you know? Or breakfast, you know? It's not something that you need to expect, you know? And then he's bragging, being like, oh, this is the only way to richness, you know? Fuck your depression. Fuck this. Fuck your mental health, you know? How is this guy even getting attention? Like, seriously, he's probably making some business deals saying, hey, I want my fucking name all over TikTok because I want fame again. And he'll pay advertisement for his business, you know? But shit. how can you be such a fucking asshole like that? Like, seriously. That dude needs some fucking... That dude needs to die. Because all the men from the 50s, they're all fucking dead. He needs to join them, you know? How fucking dare he thinks that breakfast should be made by the woman when he wakes up in the morning? That's fucked up. Hey, how you doing, my friend? I'm talking about a guy called Andrew Tate who's appearing on TikTok and on podcasts, and who's getting a lot of fame and attention, and a lot of people are actually giving into him, you know? I don't necessarily believe that what he's talking about is true. There's something not right with him, you know? There is something not right with him, and he's very... He's very defensive, you know? I mean, me. Alright? Me. If I have a mental health problem, if I have a mental health condition, I'll talk about it and I'll tell you what condition I have. You know, I've always done that. But with this guy called Andrew Tate, he doesn't do that. He says, "Oh, I don't believe in depression. Depression doesn't exist." You know, I get so many people asking me about, you know, depression, how to help it, you know, as motivational, you know, help and all that, you know, and he just gives some shitty advice, you know. He literally is not a nice guy at all, and all these people are like being like, "Oh, Andrew Tate, you know, he's so good, he tells me how to be rich, he tells me how to be famous, you know, he's got a fucking online course that can help you be rich." It's all a fucking scam. He's realized that the vast majority of people, young people, have mental health conditions. And I knew this well before he did, alright? Because I do know that there's a lot of people my age and younger who are suffering badly with their mental health. And he's taken a... I hope he never experiences depression himself. I won't wish it upon anyone. Exactly, thank you so much. But he says that depression doesn't exist, you know? On TikTok, if you go on your TikTok, he'll always fucking pop up. He keeps on popping up with me. And he's like, "Oh, and then he calls out like a YouTuber star called Jake Paul. Not that I watch him, right? Because I don't. I don't watch big YouTubers like that unless it's Mr. Beast, who actually gives money out to people and shows kindness to the world and makes things very much fair. Or Angry Grandpa. Those are the two YouTube channels that I watch. And Ross Kitchen. Ross Kitchen is a very cool YouTube channel, by the way. I love Ross Kitchen. Ross Kitchen. But yeah, Andrew Tate, he's like, "Oh, I've got a Bugatti, you know, I've got this car, I've got that, you know," and sometimes I can agree with the things that he says, like how he says that, like, people who have been doing things legally for so long still aren't rich enough to buy themselves some nice cars. Like being a doctor, you know, you spend so much time trying to learn to be a doctor, and then you get £60,000 per year, but yet you still can't buy yourself a Bugatti, or you still can't buy yourself a Ferrari or something like that. I kind of get that is kind of true, but then again, if you own a business and if your business is successful, you'd be able to buy every single car in the world, you know, legally. If you make a legal business, legal, meaning you comply with the law, and if you make a business with that, you can make a lot of fucking money with that, you know? And then he's saying like, "Oh, COVID-19, you know?" I mean, I kind of get him on the thing where it's like, "Oh, I don't need to wear a mask," you know? What's the point? Like, yeah, I get that if you don't want to have a mask, if you don't want to wear a mask, that's your own choice. I don't feel like anyone should be forced to wear a mask at all. If I catch coronavirus, I have it, I find symptoms, and I get tested, and I stay inside, and I don't give it to anyone else. It's as simple as that, right? But the weird thing is that how come ever since this war in Ukraine, no one has been talking about COVID. Literally. As soon as this fucking war in Ukraine, instantly, when we were all told about, this coronavirus, saying that, oh no, you need to listen to coronavirus because coronavirus is saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Instantly, as soon as the war happens, you're staring over here instantly. Oh, there's a war in Ukraine, there's a war in Russia, there's a war over here. And then slowly, the coronavirus pandemic is slowly moving away, so slowly moving away from that side. And then by the time you look back, it's like, wait a minute, didn't we have a pandemic? Oh, maybe it's gone now, And then you shrug it off, and then that's the end of it. Then instantly, you're vaccinated, you got fucking unknown drugs in your body, And then when you have children, they'll have problems, And spirituality knowledge and stuff will be gone then, And your soul will become weakened down, and you won't be grounded within earth. I mean, shit, Bill Gates is buying all the motherfucking farms. Is that not suspicious to you? Is that not suspicious? Bill Gates is in charge of all the vaccinations of COVID, but yet he doesn't vaccinate his children. The owner of Pepsi, Coca-Cola, oh, I need my Coca-Cola, by the way. The owner of Pepsi does not drink Pepsi himself. And he does not, real talk, exactly. He does not give Pepsi out to his children or his family members. The owner of McDonald's does not ingest his own food. If you're making a product, right, which is so fucking good, because this is business, right? If I make myself a bottle of alcohol, right, this is a bottle of alcohol, it's good looking, and it's good. If I make a product like that, it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to bring people back and think, hey, that's a really good product, I want to buy more of that. You gain money from that. You gain experience and business from that, You gotta make a good product in order to sell it. But yet McDonald's is making a shitty product and getting lots of money for it, but they're adding additives to it to get people hooked into it, but yet they won't fucking eat it themselves. That's scary, That is scary. That's like a CEO of a body armor company, right? Saying that, oh, I won't let you shoot me if I have my body armor on. That's suspicious. That you wouldn't take a bullet for your own product, You feel what I'm saying? If you see someone try their own product who owns the business, and you see how well it fucking handles, then you can buy it, Like, if I see the actual CEO get shot in the chest with a body armor on, and he survives, and he's happy with it, I'm buying it. It's a multi-faceted business that destroys people's health and make them rich. Exactly. 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 It's the biggest addictions there are in the world. Food, chocolate, and fizzy drinks and alcohol are the biggest addictions in the world. Tobacco is addictive, yes, but the fact that they make it even more addictive is concerning. A dude pointed up on a YouTube comment once on a Vice documentary saying that alcohol and cigarettes are basically the same as the cocaine business in Colombia and in Peru, because the business that they have with cocaine over there, they get their cocaine, right? They make it more addictive, and they add more stuff into it to make it stronger and to make their own product better, basically. And then they sell it to you, and then you want more. Bill Gates is buying up farms in order to phase out meat and feed us insect burgers. He's wanting to buy the farms so he can put fertilizers in the foods for us to get ill. He's probably going to put fucking the COVID-19 jab in the fucking burgers. I mean, today, we don't know what the fuck to believe. Russell Brand is being called a Mad Hatter, The news is calling Russell Brand a conspiracy theorist. Does that not fucking prove how right he is? Does that not have a clear fucking indication that, oh, we don't want him? Hello, he might do. I'm not fucking eating anything that comes from a farm. Like, Me, sadly, this is why I don't eat fruit. Like I've told you. I've told people on my YouTube, this is why I don't eat fruit and vegetables. Because there's more fucking bad shit in fruit and vegetables than there is in your candy bar that you get in the store. It's fucking facts. If I want to eat my fruit and vegetables, I'm growing it with natural spring water, and I'm growing it in soil that's not been fucking chemically fucking done. And I want that plant, that vegetable, that fruit to be grown with care and love. Because when I used to smoke my weed, when I used to smoke street weed, when I would smoke it, I would feel an evil presence within this weed. I would feel like this weed has been through something hard, you know, and people would think I'm crazy, you know. I would even think myself as crazy. But I would think, this weed, damn, this weed, there's something not right about it, you know. There's something sad. I feel an energy, I feel a spirit behind this weed that's upset, you know. And that's how I feel, and it made me emotional. That's why I can't smoke weed anymore, because that plant is being grown with not very much of, not very well maintenance care. You know, if you're gonna grow a plant or a vegetable, especially a sacred one like cannabis, grow it with care, grow it with love. You know, show the plant that you care and love the plant, not just to grow it and be like, right, okay, that's it, boom, kill, then fucking hang it up on your wall or whatnot, you know, and let it dry. Love and care the plant. If you really want to make love with a cannabis plant, if you really want to show love, trim the weed buds off and use them to dry. Don't just chop the whole plant. Chop those stems off. I know that can be risky if you're in a legal country trying to grow marijuana, but me personally, that's a more respectful way of growing marijuana, and then letting it die naturally as it is, you know? Plants do not feel pain, so even if it is falling apart, it's not in any suffering pain. And even if the plant does dry up and die from natural causes, hell, you got a shitload of fucking CBD marijuana there that you can smoke up, you know? That's how I see it. But, yeah, where was I? Yeah, fucking McDonald's and shit. Yeah, fucking Russell Brand is being called a Mad Hatter and stuff like that, and people are being called crazy, and it's just so crazy that people are like this now, you know? Mark Zuckerberg puts tape over his phone camera, over his laptop camera, you know? That's Mark Zuckerberg, he does that, you know? It's crazy, it's fucked up, it really is fucked up. It makes you think, though, it really makes you think. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going mad, you know? I really do wonder if I'm going mad. But is it really just a coincidence? Or is it really just me going fucking mad? I just don't know what to think anymore, you know? But yeah. People who say that richness is all about life. Life ain't about richness. The world's gone mad, maybe it isn't you. Well, from my understanding, people carrying knives and stabbing one another is wrong. But talking about coronavirus is very wrong. And that doesn't make any sense to me. The fact that you can have all these nutcases outside carrying knives and guns when you can't even talk about coronavirus on YouTube, and then you'll get fucking strikes and channel banned. When the coronavirus thing was happening, when I was trying to say people, don't get your vaccine, I was always against vaccines. I hate having vaccines. I've had vaccines before, I fucking hate the fucking things, alright? It doesn't feel like me anymore. It feels like someone's altered my whole body, which is probably true. You know, whatever you feel is probably true, you know? Well, don't take my word for that, please, because something might actually happen and you might actually be convinced of something. But when I would say that, I would get all my videos strike down and taken down and shit. But whenever I talk about COVID now, it's fine. It's perfectly fine, because we've moved away from the coronavirus situation to Ukraine. You know, To be honest, I couldn't give a fuck about what's happening in Ukraine, to be honest with you. You know, I couldn't give a fuck. Yeah, people are dying, but people die every day, you know? I mean, Vladimir Putin, right? He wanted the neo-Nazi soldiers which are in Ukraine out of fucking Ukraine. Because they're causing fucking trouble in Russia, you know? But yet, the news doesn't tell you that, you know? The news doesn't say, oh, this is actually right, you know? It's good that so many people are actually understanding how fucked the system is. You know, like, I'm so fucking happy that people are actually understanding what I'm fucking talking about. Because, say fucking 2 years ago when I was talking about the COVID pattern, oh, Bubba, you mad, oh, Bubba, you insane, you know? They used Ukraine to brush COVID under the rug. They'll pull COVID back in flu season. They probably will, man. They probably will. Because not everyone get on PSN. I can't play PSN at the moment, my friend, but you know, I'll do a bit of PSN in a bit, I promise. I'm in the middle of a live stream. But yeah, it's because not everyone's vaccinated. When everyone's vaccinated, they'll shut up about it. But that's fucked up how Bill Gates doesn't even vaccinate his own children. He doesn't even take the vaccines. If vaccines are so deemed to be so safe and so effective, why the fuck is he not getting the best vaccines there is? That is fucking scary. That is fucking scary. Like, literally. If I go out over my head body, literally. This is why I fucking love Charles Manson. A lot of you would be like, oh, Charles Manson, he's a fucking murderer, you know, he's this, he's that. But he was fucking right the whole motherfucking time, you know? You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he might have done bad things, but fucking hell, man, like, Charles Manson, you know, he was hot. Like, not hot as in attractive, but he was fucking hot over my dead body. He was fucking hot in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? And people who fuck him over, Manson knew what was coming exactly. Manson believed in nature to come again and to save nature, but yet no one did fuck all about it. And there's been rumors that Manson was actually given LSD by the government. The government were actually giving him LSD and to act on these things just so he could prosecute him for his own opinions. You know what I'm saying? That's why they fucking put him in prison for so long, to shut him up, you know? And the interviews only came out when internet came about, you know? That's when the interviews were released onto YouTube to gain loads of views and to only show his crazy parts, you know? All his parts were like, I want to kill anyone, man. You know, like all the crazy parts that he would do, they would only show him that bit, you know? They wouldn't show him actually talking about, you know, oh, the survival of nature, you know, and be strong, you know, and whatever, you know? He was a political prisoner. They used him as an example of what would happen should you stray from the system. Exactly. It's so easy for people who have opinions to just be fucking prosecuted for them, you know? It's fucked up. Like, if you were a doctor back in COVID times and you said, oh no, I'm not taking the vaccine, I'm not giving the vaccine to my children, you would lose your fucking job over that. How fucked up is that? Doctors will lose their jobs for saying that they don't want to take the vaccine. What the fuck? You're losing your career that you spent fucking 8 years on? Thought police. Totally. Anything you think of, right, is fucked. It's so fucked up. Thanks so much for being on my channel today, people. Like I said, I normally do my weekdays, but today I'm home alone, so I can do a live stream. But yeah, I normally only do my live streams during weekdays, but today's a Sunday, so had time to do it. But yeah. the whole system is fucked, you know, the whole system is fucked. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going mad or if I'm just genuinely fucking right, but this guy, Andrew Tate, man, this fucking dude, Andrew Tate, I hate that fucking asshole, man. And, and shit, you know? I hate him. I really do hate him. Says that depression isn't real. Says that, like I said before in this video, he knows that people are suffering in my age group and older and or younger, and he's basically taken advantage of them, saying like, oh, your depression ain't real, you know, grow the fuck up, you can be rich, you can be successful, you know, look at me, you know. I mean, it's like, well, shit, where's all the jobs gonna go, you know? Who's gonna be the one that cleans the streets, you know what I mean? Who's gonna be the one that cuts the garden grass, you know? Who's gonna be the one to shop in the store and sell you items? How can everyone be rich? There is $1 trillion pounds in this world. 1 trillion in the whole world. How can that divide? How can everyone be rich and divide that amongst 7 billion people? How can you give 100 million people $100 million to 7 billion people if there's only 1 trillion? It ain't gonna work, you know? Everyone being rich, that won't work. It won't work. People need their jobs, you know? It's only the people who are in the system who get rich. But if you want to be rich and if you ain't in the system, it's gonna be hard to fucking do. Consciousness, in my opinion, is fake. I believe consciousness was a word made up. I believe in ghosts, spirits, and demons. I'm scared of them, but I know that they're real. I know that they come in all forms. And I wish that when I was younger, and I wish that I had met with them. Because it makes me emotional in a good way. Because I was watching a video, and I'll tell you the story. An old man now, he's an old man now, and his name is Angry Grandpa, right from the Angry Grandpa show. And and Angry Grandpa, when he was younger, when he was a little kid, back in the 60s, you know, he was out in a park with his mother and father, and they took him down to the park. And there's this cannon in the middle of the park, like a World War cannon. Yeah, you know, like a World War cannon. Don't know which war it was, but it's definitely in a war, and it's still there, you know, and it's been left there as, you know, a memorial thing, you know, of history. And Angry Grandpa, when he was a little kid, in the 60s and in the 50s, would have been 50s, late 50s, early 60s. He was there, and he seen, wow, you know, and he was shocked because he seen a Confederate soldier standing with the hat, the uniform, you know, all smartened up and stuff, putting the things in the cannon. And he was like, wow, do you see that Confederate soldier, you know, by the cannon, you know? And he said to his father, you know, what Confederate soldier? Show me, you know? He said, there's a Confederate soldier there. And he was real. He was a real person, real Confederate soldier standing there, putting the things with the cannons, you know? And when his father took him over there, and he said, look, there's a Confederate soldier. His father didn't see him. He says, what Confederate soldier? There ain't no Confederate soldier here. He said, well, what do you look like? He said, well, you know, he was wearing his Confederate soldier gear, you know, An old man, a small old man came over walking and he said he saw Private Jones, you know? The man who was the Confederate soldier that was doing the cannon that Angry Grandpa saw when he was a kid was a spirit. Was the spirit that died on that cannon that got blew up. And he never seen the Confederate soldier ever again, but the old man remembered him, you know? And Grandpa as a kid seen him, you know? As a spirit self. And that is, what do you think comes after the simulation? Like when we die after the simulation? I believe that when we die, well, when I die, we enter the white light, because the white light is a real place. We enter the white light and we see all our family members, our loved ones, everyone we loved, you know? I mean, being alive is too special to never see your loved ones again, you know? We see all the people that we loved, that we knew that passed, you know? The thing that saddens me the most, though, is young people that commit suicide. That's what hurts my heart the most. That's what really breaks my heart, you know? That's the thing that really fucks with me. You know, like, the fact that someone can do that, you know, without having any help or support, and they can do that, you know? And they feel like that's the only way that's out of it, you know? That breaks my heart an awful lot, you know? That really does break me. That hurts me more than anything, to be honest. But the thing is that I understand that afterwards it's a lot more different, and it's not the world that we perceive in reality. You know, it's not the reality that we see afterwards. I hope that's true. I lost my dad 2019. I would love to see him again. You know, I recommend you watching some Angry Grandpa. He's a YouTube channel, and he's a bit loud, you know, but it's all for the comedy stuff, you know. I recommend you watching some Angry Grandpa. If you just type in Angry Grandpa near-death experience, you'll find the video. And he's a real, true, honest man, you know. He cared an awful lot about his followers on YouTube. You know, the children who followed him on YouTube, he cared a lot about them, you know. So if you ever want to know about kind of near-death and stuff like that, watch Angry Grandpa near-death experience. This isn't a YouTube video, this is a live stream, so I wouldn't be able to type it in. Unless if I was on a gaming YouTube live stream. But if you just go into Angry Grandpa Near Death Experience, you'll find the video. And he basically talks about, because he had a hernia, right? About the size of a basketball. I'll have a look, thanks. No problem, my friend. He had a hernia the size of a basketball. And I actually had something like that not long ago as well. A few months ago with me, I had an infection in my belly button, and my belly button was bleeding really badly, and I thought that I had gotten cancer or some shit, you know. My mother freaked out when I showed her. You know, I had this fucking thing growing, well, this fucking ball-shaped thing growing in my fucking... Dolores kind of had some very interesting stories about reincarnation. She was psychic. I'll get onto that in a minute. Thank you. But I had this thing growing in my belly button. It was like a round thing, like attached to my skin. Like it was a skin part of my body, and it was definitely an infection. And I was like, what the fuck is this thing growing in my belly button? And I thought that my belly button had popped out for some reason. Because my belly button's always been in, and I prefer it in. I don't like to have a fucking belly button out, you know? I like in. It's always in, you know? It would never pop out anyway. But that's what people were under the impression of, you know? I was like, no, that can't be right. This is very fucking uncomfortable. It's back to normal now, of course, but, and then it was bleeding. I woke up covered in fucking blood all in my belly button because it was fucking scary. I had to get antibiotics for it, and thank God they saved my life, you know? But, yeah, Angry Grandpa had a hernia the size of a basketball somewhere on his body. Can't remember where it was. back in 2006. So 3 years. Yeah. What was it? It was a fungal infection, I think it was. I don't know the exact name, but it was a fungal infection of some sort. I wish I knew the name. Like an abscess, I'm not sure. Honestly, it was just this little, like, about that big, skin-colored ball thing inside my belly button, and you could pull it back, and there would be like blood pouring out from it, and like underneath it was just like all this like pussy, yellowy, mainly blood colored, like dark blood colored stuff. And I woke up in the morning and I felt my stomach, and I felt like, what is that, like fucking wet stuff on my stomach? And I thought, oh shit, I've wet myself or something, or something else I'm not gonna say, but that's what I thought, and I was like, how the fuck did I do that while I was sleeping, And then I woke up and I was like, oh shit, that's blood. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I was looking. I was like, why is there blood in my belly button? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And I got a little bit anxious. I was a little bit scared because I thought that I had cancer or something. Thankfully, I didn't. So I went up onto Reddit and I took pictures of it on Reddit, on the ER doctor Reddit community thing, trying to get questions. Everyone was telling me, go to the doctor now, all in capitals, like, go to the fucking doctor, go to the doctor, what the fuck, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, And I was like, oh shit, I don't really want to go to the doctor, And my mother went to the doctor, and I told her, and she freaked the fuck out. But yeah, I got it cured. I'm happy. But yeah, Angry Grandpa had this hernia, and he went down a surgery. Oh, in fact, I'll go through onto your thing that you said before. Dolores Cannon had some. Oh, sounds sore. It wasn't sore. It was just kind of like annoying, like. Like if you've ever had like a scab on your arm, like if you touch the scab, it doesn't really hurt, but as soon as you start peeling it back, it starts to hurt. That's what it was kind of like for me. Like if you were to move it, it would hurt slightly. Um, Dolores kind of has some very interesting stuff about theories about reincarnation. She was psychic. A lot of psychics are actually fake ones though. It's hard to find real people. I'm not sure. You gotta Oh god. The best place to ask people about reincarnation are real, genuine people, because you ain't gonna find out information about reincarnation from some famous person or from some famous psychic, right? Because they're in the system as well. They're in the system. They ain't gonna tell you shit. So the best people to ask about reincarnation and ghosts is old people. Old people that have experienced life. That's the best people to ask. You don't want to ask a young person because they haven't fully experienced life yet. Old people would be the people to ask. Nah, she's not that kind of person at all. Oh, is she not? I do apologize. Yeah, very old. I don't know if I've ever encountered a ghost before. I don't know. I think I have, but they haven't been like really like in front of me before. But your grandpa went through a surgery, and people says he was in a coma thing for 3 weeks, and after all that, the doctor said to the family saying, I don't think he's gonna make it, so I think that it's best for you to start planning the funeral, and talking to people about the funeral because we don't think that he's gonna make it. He got some bindweed growing right outside my windows, flowers open white. Oh, cool, man. Bindweed are nice. Bindweed are a form of morning glory, but the thing is that you can't get the seeds for them. With bindweed, the leaves are kind of like a heart shape leaf, But I've tried to get the seeds out of bindweed before, and I couldn't get it. Bindweed is very closely related to datura, but they're two different types of plants. They're not nightshades, but they do show resemblance, especially with the part that it grows out of and the flower being white. If you feel a bindweed flower, it has the exact same feeling as a datura flower. I'm not even lying. It's literally got the same petal feeling as a datura. Have you ever had any paranormal experiences? Well, here's the thing. When I was very young, I had a very small TV, about that big, right? That big. It was my first ever TV. It was a Bush TV. Still got it. And I had my TV standing up here on my unit, and I used to sit on my bed. My bed used to be pulled out here, and I was sitting on my bed. Well, one time I was lying down on my bed, and I remember just kind of looking up, and I remember right in the corner of my TV. You know that fucking... You know the shiny bit of a TV on the edge? Well, mine were kind of thick. And I remember seeing the top of a man's head on that shiny bit. Like, the actual top of a bald man's head. Just there still. I looked away, looked back, and it was gone. That's the only paranormal experience that I've had where I've seen someone. And I believe that it might have been my great-grandfather that was born in 1903. And he died in the 90s. And maybe that was him seeing me for the very first time, you know, as a spirit, because I never got to meet him, you know. And I was born in the same year as him, but in 2000. He was born in 1903, I was born in 2003. So 100 years of age gap, if that makes sense. So if I was born, he would be 100, you know, but I never got to meet him because he died in the 90s. But I never got to meet him, so, you know, he used to like his cigars, you know. He liked his fish and his gardening, stuff like that, you know, and his beer. I never got to meet him, so the only person that I could ever think of when I seen that would be my great grandfather. It said that our guardian angels are our ancestors, so you could be right. Possibly, you know, possibly. But the man in the blue suit. The man in the blue suit affects me. The man in the blue suit, if you've ever heard of the man in the blue suit, that affects me. And it's a story by Angry Grandpa. Oh shit, I was going to tell you about the near-death experience. Yeah, Angry Grandpa, you know, as soon as he was about to die, you know, as soon as, like, he was dying, his granddaughter came up to him and says, Daddy, 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 get the fuck up. Get the fuck up, you son of a bitch. You know, what you gonna do? Leave us all here. Daddy, wake up, you son of a bitch. You know, get up, you fucking this and that, you know, and swearing really bad and going crazy, you know what I mean? Because she was gonna lose her grandfather, you know, and she was going crazy. And he woke up because of that. He was living, he was alive, he woke up because of her, you know? Well, we don't know that. And the doctor came running through and, you know, she said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake him. And then she says, no, you did fine, you woke him up, you know, just keep doing what you were doing. And he woke up and he was living again, and she saved his life, you know. And moments after, he started telling them what he saw. That was the part where I was like, oh, I'm excited for this bit, I really want to hear what he's saying. And he says that he was falling. He was falling so far, and the light was so bright. He seen a bright light, and it was so bright, even sunglasses couldn't even handle it. So bright, you know? And he was just kind of like, you know, because the light was so bright, you know? And then he started seeing his mother, and he was talking with his mother. He was talking with his father. You know, he met a girl that committed suicide when he was younger, you know. He started talking to her, you know, and he was very childlike after the experience, you know, as if like he was back home, you know. And when he woke up completely out of it, there was a demon on his bed, there was a demon standing over him, you know, and they were all looking into him, real demons looking into him after that experience, as if like, you're going to hell, you know, you're coming with me, you know. And that was a near-death experience that he had. And the fact that he sees spirits that he's never seen before, i.e., demons, ghosts that he's never seen before, just proves that there is a fucking afterlife. You know? That's why I always question, well, if these people that you've seen in your near death experience, if these were people that you actually remember, that would be hard because they're already in your memory, you know? But if these are people that you've never seen before, that's different, you know? Near death experiences are all very similar, which says a lot about the afterlife. Exactly, yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of people are under the impression that when you die, a drug is released out of your brain. I don't believe that. I mean, there is no evidence to prove that there is a drug that releases out of your brain when you die. It's just very fucking unlikely. But there is also another theory that this drug that releases out of your brain is actually a drug that can take your soul out of your body and place you into the new dimensional world. So as your body is dying, your soul, your own personality, your thoughts, your mind comes into the other dimensional world. Um, but yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, I think it'd be fucking awesome to be a ghost. Like, it would be really beautiful and scary to be a ghost, where it's like you're just walking around a graveyard, you know. Your ta, your tea. Oh no, it's all right. No, I understood that you took a a wrong spelling thing there. But yeah. I mean, imagine you're talking about DMT. Yeah, I'm talking about DMT. I hate the word DMT, so I just usually say the drug that releases out of your brain. Um, but I don't like DMT. I think it should be fucking. I don't think DMT should exist. You know, I hate drugs as it is. I literally fucking hate drugs as it is. Drugs are mind fucks. I don't like drugs. I can't even handle weed anymore, you know? So I don't think I could even fucking handle anything else. I'm thinking about getting my hair dyed again because my hair roots are coming out. You can see all the black bits in my hair. My hair hasn't been washed in a couple of days, so it needs washed. I think that is to soften the pathway exists in all living things. Well, if it exists in all living things, there should be a reason for why DMT is in the body, you know? There should be a reason why DMT is in the body. Like, literally, there should be a reason for why there's DMT in the body. You know, it can't just be like, oh, it'll do something to you, you know? Like, this is why I tell people, don't fuck with DMT, don't fuck with LSD, don't fuck with magic mushrooms, because your time ain't come yet. Your time hasn't came yet. When you're about to die, when you experience that DMT trip, now is your fucking time. You don't want to leave your body when you're still here, you know? You'll go fucking mad, you'll go cuckoo, you'll lose your mind, you know? There's been so many people who take fucking LSD and go fucking mad, you know? Don't fuck with DMT until you die, until it's your time. Will you do the colored ends of your hair? I don't know. I mean, my hair is yellow at the moment. My hair is, I got it professionally dyed. It was bright fucking yellow when I first got it done, and it had orange ends in it. But I'm planning on going like a white color, like white and pink, like pure white, because then I'll have black roots coming through and it'll look nice. I want to go white. Because the way how I see it is that if I'm ever going to grow old and get white hair, I might as well get white hair, you know? Even though I'm fucking 18, you know? It's like if I'm gonna get fat when I'm older, I may as well be fat now. You know, if I'm ever gonna get fucking schizophrenia now, if I'm ever gonna get schizophrenia when I'm older, I may as well get schizophrenia now. You know, I'd rather I fucking learn about things before they happen and get things before they happen. You know, and get used to it, rather than be like, oh, I'm scared about getting this when I'm older. You know. I mean, it's like, why am I hearing things? Why can't it just be like slowly going into fucking schizophrenia or psychosis? Why can't you just fucking give me it now if I'm already getting it, you know? Oh, that's how I think anyway. Because generally I fucking hear things now. What do I hear? I hear sound effects from video games. Sometimes I hear... Oops. Sometimes I hear like a screaming noise, but when it's just a car. Sometimes I hear... I don't really hear anything too out of the ordinary, to be honest. I sometimes see things, I guess. Like, I see things in the corner of my eye sometimes. I don't know if it's just fucking spirits or if it's my eyes fucking up because my eyes are bad. I have visual snow. I've always had that. Everything flickers whenever I look at it. And it's not from drug use. I've just always had it ever since I was little. Either that or someone fucked me up when I was younger with drugs. I don't believe it. I'll get that too. I don't know, I think Google's just telling me lies, you know, like, why do I hear things, you know? Oh, it's a symptom, it's psychosis, you know? Okay, I've got psychosis now, you know? Or I'll look up on Google and I'll say, why do I always get so fucking jealous when I see people drinking alcohol and whatnot? Oh, it's because you've got OCD, or, you know what I mean? It's just a bit too, I don't know if I can know. I really fucking do hate that guy though. Andrew Tate. Fucking hate him, man. I literally hate him so fucking much, you know. I really do. He's got one of those fucking faces that I just want to hit over the head with a brick. You know? I have ADHD menta. You mean mental? Mental hyperactivity. Yeah, ADHD, I've heard of that. I've not got it though. I've got autism. A lot of people with ADHD and autism do tend to get on very well. I've noticed that, especially with me and my own personal experiences. But the funny thing with me and autism, right, is that people might say, oh, you do look a bit autistic, you know, because you got long hair, you know, sometimes you're a bit kind of fat, you know, no disrespect to anyone who's got autism, but, you know, you can be very funny sometimes, you know, you can be very much different, you can think very much differently, you can be like, yay, and you can be like very overexcited about things, you know, and people will be like, what are you so excited about, you know, and to me it's the best thing ever, you know. But I've got more OCD than I do with autism. You know? Like, people with autism, no disrespect, but you're either dumb as fuck if you got autism, or you're smart as fuck with autism. I think neurodiverse people are much more interesting. I personally think that if you got autism, you're either gonna be really fucking dumb, or you're going to be highly intelligent, you know? Because when I was in school, and I used to see these autistic children, they would be like so unstable, you know? Maybe it's an underlying health condition, mental health condition that they have on top of that that's maybe causing them to be like that. But shit, I remember autistic children being in my class who'd pick their nose and shit like that, and I'd be like, ugh, that's fucking gross, man. You know? Me being a severe germaphobe, that's like horrific to me. You know? I'm glad to be out of school though. In fact, no, I'm not glad to be out of school. I wish I could go back. Just because it did something with my life. OCD is no joke. OCD is no joke. I spat on my bedroom floor about 200 times a couple of nights ago because I was under the impression that someone was out to fucking arrest me or some shit, you know? So I was like making rituals in my head. I open doors with my elbows. I don't touch the door handles with my hands. I use my elbows. And like buttons to open like doors, because like my door downstairs to get out of the building, there's like a button that you need to press for it. I use my foot, you know? The happiness and joys of being autistic. God, I hate it. Sorry, Bob, I'm cooking. I'll have to get going now. It was good chatting to you. Thanks so much for being a part of my channel today. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for coming along, chatting with everyone, you know, and speaking with us all. So you take good care and you enjoy whatever you're cooking, alright? Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Treat me like a child now. I thought you really loved me. At least that's what you told me. That you said I had a and I just don't believe that. Ding 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 I should just go back into indie. Indie is a good idea. Let's go back into a more indie. What have we got for this one? There might be the end, but I feel the same. Colors above when I'm stuck in the rain. But let me show tonight's tide to blow. Fuck no. Fuck no. Anyway, my people, I think I'm gonna have to end the live stream as well. You know, it's good. It's been a good hour and a bit. So thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a lovely day, lovely afternoon, lovely night, lovely evening, lovely midnight, lovely midday, lovely morning, lovely afternoon. So thank you so much for watching the video, this live stream, and I'll talk to you in my next live stream or video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.